Hey there, Internet. Welcome to the Hard On Gear channel, where I discuss and review my used and abused knives and gear. Knife of the Week, episode 14, I do believe. So here we are with my knives that I carried on me this week. Really quickly, I'll say that this is going to be a pretty quick spazzy one because I am done in the military as of tomorrow. I need to film this really quickly, edit this, get this out. It's probably going to come out maybe Monday morning. Do apologize for that. Kind of crammed because I am going on a super crazy excursion here this next week to spend a week in the woods trying not to get turned into wolf poop. On the screen, you'll see a bunch of crap as I'm sorting through a whole bunch of my outdoors, bushcrafty, wilderness stuff that I've accumulated over the years, and just kind of going through what to put in and take out of my pack, what I'm bringing in, what I'm not. So I'm going to be bringing a little bit extra stuff and experimenting with some different knives and tools and just trying to figure out what I need to bring, what I don't. And when I'm doing this kind of an adventure here where I'm by myself, it's with the idea and in the context of if some crazy thing happened, whether it was a freaking, power outage that went really bad, I'm better off in the woods than I am in town because people are getting weird, or some kind of a weird pandemic situation where people are getting weird, or worst case scenario, we're talking like, Stephen Greer alien stuff or asteroids. Shout out Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson for scaring me about those, and super volcanoes, nuclear war. How about that for one? So anyways, not trying to be a weird fear monger, but I'm just saying, a fella who's going to put some time into any kind of a skill or hobby that's going to help them in that situation, probably time well spent. So now that I'm getting out of the military, I'm probably going to channel a lot more of my free time towards getting into a little more bushcraft and getting your guys' opinions on what I can improve on with my kit. So this here is my last general EDC week in the military. I'm going to go over these knives that I'm going to tell you really quickly, and then we'll go over a full rundown of all that kit coming up soon. Before I go into this though, like the video if you wouldn't mind. Helps me out, helps the channel out, helps you out because you see more knife videos. And you need to know that this coming Monday's video, I want to try and get this edited and out to you guys. I've got to drive, but I'll pull over and get this done at some point. The video coming out tomorrow is going to be freaking awesome. It's not a knife, but if you are a gear person, or if you have watched The Terminalist or read the books by Jack Carr, or if you are at all into SIOC Kali or Filipino martial arts, or if you're an operator or an infantry person or a SWAT person, ERT, HRT, anything where you might be in close quarters combat, the thing I'm showing you tomorrow, and if you know already exactly what I'm talking about, this is the coolest thing I've ever unboxed. It's not mine. I got it from a buddy. We're going to want to watch tomorrow's video, guys. It's awesome. But for now, still awesome is my Tor Anaconda, which is my favorite awesome thing that I own. This is always on my hip, same position, left side, 9 o'clock. I've been doing appendix carry with the Azula here for a little bit. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go back to handle down on my 3 o'clock. I miss having that right hand ready to be able to grab this at any point in time. Samurai carry and appendix carry were great, and when I was only carrying one fixed blade, not even like a normal, I was going to say like a normal person. When I upgraded from just carrying a folding knife on me to carrying a fixed blade and a folding knife on me, the appendix carry was beautiful because I could access the Azula 2 with either hand, reverse grip with my right, dominant hand could go for the regular grip and then get out to do all kinds of stuff, or use it more Craig Douglas style clinch pick shiv works style, where you can just get it out quickly with a short blade. And that's of course in that K.O.T.W defensive tactical situation. In normal EDC settings, this thing is a hell of a great EDC fixed blade. This is the knife I use for anything I don't want to cut with my nice knives. So if I'm cutting metal on metal, like I'm moving out of my room, so I'm cleaning things up, removing tape from metal surfaces and stuff, using this thing to kind of scrape and cut, and not really too worried about the 1095 because I know I can touch it right back up in a heartbeat. This, if you did not guess, is most definitely going to be with me on my trip, on my backpack strap, because I can easily remove this and throw it on there, but I'll have this back switched around after this video into the handle down 3 o'clock position. The signal coming with me as well, because that's a great outdoor tool. Just gives me some extra redundancies with the knife sharpener, ferro rod, and there is a whistle inside of one of these. I think it's that. Nail carabiner, so I can slap it on anywhere. Pocket clip, so I can stick it in anywhere. And then pretty accessible, even with one hand, if I want to get all fancy. And I guess if I hold from that side, I can get it open with one hand. And I don't know why I would want to or need to, but if I ever had to do some one-handed pliering, it's not a one-handed tool. It's not a tool that's meant to be operated with one hand, but it is able to be done now that it's pretty broken in. So signal, back left pocket. When I'm on this trip next week, I'll be wearing my 511 tactical pants again, going back into like my civvy world. Believe it or not, I'm not one of those guys who walks around in tactical pants. I've got those pants from my old job in forestry. Work paid for them as work pants because they matched our uniform. Lucky me, they're super awesome. So when I'm doing this stuff, you're damn right. Super mobile, lots of pockets, super breathable. Actually really good pants for like $100. Take that sheath off too, keep you out there. So anyone notice something here a little different about my friend the paramilitary 2? I'll hang out here for a little bit and I'll let you pick it out in the comments. At the end of the video, maybe I'll mention it. And if I don't mention it, check the comments to see what the guys, actually, you know what, screw it. I'm not even gonna say it. Comment down below, tell me what if you haven't figured out what I just, more or less made obvious here. What do you notice about the paramilitary 2? That was not there last time I did a video with it. Anyways, that was in my pocket this week for any kind of shorts or sweatpants carries. This week I was training for the WixFit test, which is the international exchange kind of fire program test. My training was a little bit more cardio based, but this thing was with me on the Stairmaster quite a bit, as well as the Anaconda, because why the hell not? This was in my pocket again. As I mentioned last week, this is essentially the same carry as the previous Knife of the Week episode, but I got a chance to use a few of these a little bit more as I was packing and cutting zip ties and tape and different stuff. This didn't get used a whole lot. I might have cut a box or two with it, but I have the Azula 2 in front of me appendix carry. There's no doubt. It's the first thing I grab all the time. So appendix carry definitely makes it an accessible option and very obvious. The other thing I should mention though, it is too obvious. It's a little too overt. It's not quite like an open carry, but I kind of consider, because especially the way this dangles down, if I'm not super conscious of like keeping my shirt low, I don't want to say it's the equivalent of like carrying like a big old like 44 Magnum on your hip, but it's certainly the difference of open carrying like a 9mm Glock or some shit like that, like something that's not too flashy and huge, but something that's definitely a gun, versus carrying it like inside the waistband, concealed carry, and quiet. I feel like carrying this handle down on my other side, on my right hand side rather, it's like a fixed blade, kind of more like you'd think of, not like a buck knife, but a little more of a traditional tool. Whereas in the front, people aren't used to it, generally speaking, if they're not knife people. And I know guys who are super big knife rights guys and like super hardcore, like punch you in the face conservatives, you're going to be a little bit like, hey bro, just do what you're going to do. You got to use some tact, guys, and like dividing people and being divisive about this stuff isn't actually helping the situation. I think Tucker Carlson's great, for example. I think like watching some of his shit's funny. I think listening to some of his stuff's funny, but I think he's a little bit too much of a dividing force, and I think he could probably do things a little bit better. I could say the same thing about, Samantha Bee, what's on the left. Like, don't disagree with everything these people say, but it's like, why do you have to be so aggressive? We know why. They're getting likes. Maybe they're paid by people to do certain things. Anyways, what I will say though is, as I am no longer going to be in the military and now not having to worry about what I say on this channel as much, thinking about future military careers, you'll see me get a little bit more open politically and talk about a few more things. Hopefully it doesn't turn too much of you guys off, but you do need to know that I am pretty passionate about being a positive force in the world. And I am looking to eventually branch out to different things in the Hog channel. But for now, I do want to talk mostly about knives. But hey, if something like that slips in there, don't mind me. I'm just kind of get my feelers out there for what the audience of the Hog channel is like. But the knife of the week this week is a pretty tricky one because, again, I just kind of cut boxes. And, I want to try and give these knives a fair shot. But the fact is, with the Azula 2, in the front, appendix carry, it's just right there, and I'm going to use it all the time. I probably cut once or twice with the Anaconda, but man, 10, 15, 20 times, most of the work I did was with the Azula 2, which is, once again, knife of the freaking week. And congrats again to Aaron Gammon, who won the Azula 2 from the giveaway. That should be showing up probably today or tomorrow, anytime. Congrats again to Aaron, and thanks again to everyone who put in for that guy. And thanks for hitting a like on this video if you don't mind supporting this and other knife videos. This is the best way to get more of them in your feed. But I gotta get ready to sleep and get ready for my drive, and then eventually spend a week in the woods and let you know how that goes. I'll be trying to record a decent amount of that, but I'll also be decompressing and enjoying not being surrounded by a bunch of people. So yeah, that's gonna be great. Look forward to that content, and look forward to tomorrow's super sick video. If that comes out late, it's because my service sucks. Once I get to my new job location, April 1st, I will have better service, and my videos will stop taking like 24 hours to upload. I do apologize. Not an excuse. I should be more prepared. Slack on my part. It will get better. Thanks, guys, for hanging in and tuning into this one. See you on the next one. Watch the other Knife of the Weeks if you haven't already. See you there. Hard On Gear channel signing off.